building, structural capacity of that building Okay. All right.
Yeah. Rinse just right. Make it higher.
1 moment here, Bill.
All right.
I need to make sure.
And Patrick, Nathaniel, when you're done eating,
Test.
just
There we
talk
go.
about
Okay.
the thingamabob on the 15th.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
Okay.
You put basketball on one and soccer on the other.
Are you done? Ready?
We're ready, Bill. Let's begin. Okay. I'd like to welcome everybody to the March 25th edition of the Alpha Road Graduate Council. We are online from Manuel's Tavern. So for those of you who may be joining us live and those who will be watching the recording, on behalf of everybody here, I'd like to say welcome. And I'm now going to turn it over to the president of the Graduate Council, Bill Cook.
Good evening, everybody. I want to thank everyone who attended today's Founders Day event. We had a great cookout thanks to the actives, particularly Nathaniel and Patrick. They did an awesome job, and they deserve a lot of applause because they keep the place running.
Okay.
And we had a great event. We went to the Clemson Tech baseball game. I wish it was a football game because we would have actually won the game.
You said we did win the game?
Yeah, we won the baseball game 16-3.
Scored more points than the football team.
Yeah, Tech scored more. Yeah, it was a football score. Unfortunately, it wasn't football. Something I want to talk about, real quick is upcoming events. On April 15th, Alpha Roll will be hosting a regional conference. A number of chapters from around the Southeast will be attending, and this is being supported by our national conference council that will be in attendance. And one thing I would like to invite the alumni to is we will be in this room again on the 15th to meet the national officers and probably drink a little beer.
This very room?
This very room. This very, very perfect room.
Really covered.
Oh, you don't like red?
It is.
Let's garnet. That's our colors.
Yeah,
Fraternity
that's my point.
colors.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then the other date to remember is, I'll probably get this room then, is our first football game is at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and that is on Friday, September 1st, I believe. No game time has been announced, but I'm sure it's going to be like 7, 8 o'clock. So we're going to meet here with our brethren from Louisville, because Bill Brash will be down here with his minions to join us and watching us beat them. No chuckles. And then the big thing coming up is Homecoming 2023 is on October 28th against UNC. We will be having our Friday night homecoming party here at Manuel's in the North Avenue room, which holds a lot more people in this area. And the event is free. The grad council will be providing, wings and finger food like that, chips, dips, stuff like that. No cost to anybody. What you spend, what you drink, and what you eat is on you, but you don't. If you want to spend $10 that night, that's all you spend. Cash bar. So we look forward to a lot of people attending it. Hopefully the season is going to be better than it has been the last 4 years. Also, I want to let you know I will be sending out an email briefly talking about our group seating at the football stadium. I promise you, it will not be the north end zone. It will be upper section 223 most likely, and I will get a paper verification of that from the alumni from the athletic association, unlike last year. Bastards. Anyway, but I want to thank everyone that's here. Special guest is Dr. Bud Williams. who-
Actually, why don't, since we've got, this is Founders Day, why don't we go around and just everybody say their name and their initiation year? Yes.
Okay, Bud
Sorry.
Williams.
Bud Williams, class of 56, initiated 51.
Was that?
When were you initiated? 51? 52.
That sounds about right.
Okay. Back yonder. I'm Bill Cook, initiated in 71.
Michael Wendell, 2000. Greg Wendell, 86.
Patrick Remington, 2021.
Maybe. 2021.
Oh, it's initiated.
Speak up, guys. Make sure the microphone gets you.
Neil Heidowitz, I'm actually Delta Beta chapter member, initiated in 2003, graduated in 2007.
Nathaniel Greavy, I initiated in 21. I'll graduate at the end of the year.
Rob Butera, initiated 87.
And of course, myself, Tim Holman, initiated 1977.
Chief Geek.
Okay.
All right. I guess next thing is I'd like a little more our alumni to know about the regional conference that's being held here at our chapter at Georgia Tech. They got rooms reserved in the learning center. Where are your meetings at for the conference?
In the instructional center. Yes.
Instructional center. Wow.
Have you been in there recently?
Anyway, Nathaniel will tell you a little bit about this, and it's something we all should be proud of because they did it in spite of national.
Very proud.
I guess I'm talking.
Yeah.
You want to say anything there?
Yes. I'd like to say to everybody, no, I'm just kidding. So, yes, we're hosting the Southeast Regional Conference here at Georgia Tech on April 14th and April 15th, the evening of the 14th and all day on the 15th. No, the evening of the 15th and all day on the 16th, my bad. So it's a Friday and Saturday.
No, that'd be the 14th and 15th.
Did I get it right the first time? Oh, then it's wrong in here.
14th is Friday.
It is April 14th and 15th. My bad. All right, it's April 14th and 15th. You know, I'm clearly doing a really good job keeping up with everything. So anyways, we were approached in January by the national office where they came to us asking us if we would reboot this event that has been hosted since 2002 in the Southeast. Every year, a different chapter would host this conference. The chapters would get together and do these peer-led presentations, whether it be recruitment, member retention, building a good image on campus, topics that people really care about and that you can hear from other chapters who've done it right and how to do it successfully as well. So they approached us and asked if we would take the reins on in the initiative on leading this again this year. So we set the date for April 15th. It's got the blessing of the National Council. And on the evening of April 14th, we're going to host a little poker night at the house, kind of in a casino style. We'll raise some money for serious fun. And there'll be these little raffle tickets that you can purchase and use as well for a raffle that will happen at the end of the conference. And it will be when all the chapters are looking in to the conference and they're getting to meet some of the other guys, begin the conference in a good way. That night, everybody will go back home. We actually have, we'll go back to the hotel for the active members. We actually able to reserve a section of rooms at a local hotel for a very low price for active members, thanks to Tensei right here. You created a little bit of a business plan and approached them in person and was able to work out a pretty great deal for them. So it's actually at a very affordable price for the actives to come and stay the night and they get breakfast in the morning. Saturday morning at 9:30, we'll begin the conference at the Instructional Center. For those of you who haven't been back to Georgia Tech in a long time, it is different. It is renovated. It is clean. It is nice now, I promise.
I didn't know that.
Prior to 9:30, we might have some continental breakfast at the house if you'd like to come and say hi to everybody. And then we'll have sessions throughout the morning. We'll have like a 2-hour lunch break where people can get to know each other. You take a break throughout the day, go and play some pickup games on Tag Green, and then some breakout sections in the evening. Tim Holman will be actually leading one of those breakout sessions, helping newer chapters build up their BOG or their grad council in a very productive way, kind of along the lines of the Georgia Tech Alpha Rose style. That night we'll host a dinner. Still working on the details there. More details to come soon. And then afterwards, the alumni will be meeting up here at Manuel's Tavern in this very room following the event. And they'll host the National Council officers as well and kind of have a reunion there. So we're very optimistic about this conference. It's taken a lot of hard work. We have about a third of the fraternity is actually on the committee for planning this thing, and everybody has taken up these jobs on their own as volunteers. So we're really optimistic for how it's going to go. We're really excited to see everybody come here to Georgia Tech. And of course, our alumni are welcome to come back and attend the conference. In order to raise money, we're actually selling Georgia Tech Phi Kappa Tau polos. They're like a light gray with a Harvard red embroidery over here on the chest. And we're selling those. You can actually see the details in the Alpha Rover. I've sent an email out about it. And thanks to John Ridgely, we're actually selling T-shirts as well. Those T-shirts will be provided to the people who attend the conference, the brothers who attend the conference, but we're also selling them to the alumni, and we're accepting donations as well. So we look forward to seeing you here. You can reach out to me, vpar.gtpkt@gmail.com if you have any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Okay. That's brilliant. And again, that night, Saturday night, we'll meet. All of our alumni are invited here to Manuel's to meet with the National Council for strictly non-business, social type thing. Just meet each other and just do what we do best: drink beer.
How many chapters are involved?
How many chapters involved?
A dozen have been invited.
How many?
A dozen have been invited. A dozen
Oh, 12.
have been invited.
Yeah. I mean, it's how many have accepted?
We have signups from 6, 7, and then some from other chapters that we actually did not invite, but they're coming anyways. They're sending like 1 or 2 guys. I wouldn't call the others. They just want to check it out. I mean,
Yeah, I
Once
think
they
this
find
is.
out, you spread the word broader.
I think there's people who've been talking to each other, and I believe Success Manager Hayden has kind of has brought it up on several occasions. I don't know if he's brought it up in a positive light, but he's definitely brought it up when people were asking questions. So
Well, I'm just impressed that you guys, you took the challenge from the what's the executive director, CEO, no longer CEO, but the CEO at the time, and he gave you the challenge. Then he dumped you like a bad habit, and then you
Did it
dumped
anyway.
him like a bad habit, and with the support of the National Council. And I think that's impressive because your plan is excellent, and will probably be a model for other areas of the country to do the same thing. And I think it, how Phi Kappa Tau has been, grew out of the Midwest, as Tim put it, a bunch of small liberal arts colleges, but has really grown in the Southeast, where fraternities are still pretty strong anyway. I'm just impressed with what you guys have accomplished, and also I'm proud of the way that chapters supported you, because I know you guys sort of put this together
they have no
without
reason to
getting too
trust
many
us.
involved. Yeah.
But I do want to acknowledge Patrick, our president. He's actually the chairman of the committee. He's actually the one who's been wanting to see this event happen since he was a freshman here. So I do want to just point that out, that he's been putting in a lot of work with the coordination. I mean, I think he thinks about this every single hour of every single day. And is, I mean, we're determined to make sure that this happens and it happens successfully, and it'll leave a positive impact. We'll be able to take it in a nice little package and pass it on to another chapter to set their spring on fire.
Oh, yeah. Now, Patrick, why don't you just give a little rundown on the state of the chapter? We had a great rush this winter rush, and just talk a little bit about how the chapter's grown. Just in general, all the activities that they'll see in the Alpha Rover when you get it.
So
Last year we got second place in homecoming, and this spring we had 12 pledges or 12 associate members accept bids, and now it's down to 10, which are on track to initiate in the next couple of weeks. We did Brotherhood Retreat this semester in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. That was a ton of fun. We had a big cabin. We all stayed in it and had a lot of fun there. We're doing our formal this week in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So we'll be all going over there and having a good time as well. We got a bunch of philanthropy things. Our philanthropy chair is doing amazing work. He's doing events 2 or 3 times a month and raising a couple $100 at each event for serious fun. We're working with other sororities and other organizations as well. We had our first real sorority mixer this semester as well with Alpha Phi. That went really well. And we're planning on proposing to other sororities as well in the next coming weeks doing those mixer proposals. So we're really ramping up our social events, our philanthropy events, and our brotherhood events as well. And we're hoping to have a huge pledge class going into the summer and fall social member class. All right. And really, fill the house and get back to where Phi Thought was in its prime.
I might add that the way you're going, you might put a new definition of what our chapter can be in its prime. As you guys are heading in the right direction. I know from the alumni are very proud of all of you guys. Okay. One thing. We don't have a whole lot to talk about, but
I do want to mention.
I'll get to you.
Okay.
I'll get to you. I'm
I
sorry.
got something to talk about.
I'll say the
All right,
best
meeting
one.
adjourned.
Cut the power. Now, a number of years ago, 10 years ago or something close to that, when we started 100 for 10 fundraising for the graduate council, and that money. The definition of what that money is to be used for is for the benefit of both the graduate council and the undergraduate council. And over the years, we provide the homecoming festivities and things like that, and also tailgating at the house. We support the chapter and sending officers to the various conferences leadership conferences that national supports or provides. So we need your continued support with re-upping your membership to the 100 for 10, so we can continue to raise money. And also Tim will talk to you about the Georgia Tech Giving Day, which has been very, very good to us. And he's got something else he wants to talk to you about. You might want to lower the camera so that.
Well, I'm going to move my chair over here, but I just want to quickly mention Bill Newhouse is online, and he said, when everyone looks up, I assume you're watching March Madness, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So he can tell that we are distracted in our attention. Okay. So anyway,
But we don't have long attention spans anyway.
This is true. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me sit over here. All right. So I want to quickly talk about a couple of things that are coming up soon. First of all, Giving Day. So we have had, I guess, more than a decade of winning money from the Alumni Association that we've been using in the Grad Council. So we're running the same contest that we won to the tune of about $11,000 last year. We're going to be having it again. So I'm going to be sending out emails, and once again, we're going to have to coordinate a massive $5 donation response where everybody does lots of $5 donations in order to get votes for Phi Kappa Tau. So if this works as successfully as it did last year, I think we're probably going to bring in at least another $11,000 to $12,000. So please watch your email. I'm depending upon the support of everybody who's joined us in the past to keep giving this year. And I'm going to try to coordinate everything even more carefully this year. So it'll be a rather fun and exciting 24 hours. The second thing I wanted to quickly mention is besides 100 for 10, which gives us kind of the grad council, kind of the operating funds it needs to do its month-to-month job. I want to mention that we do have the Jim Chambers Scholarship Endowment, which is now live. This enables you to give a tax deductible donation. Basically, it's being managed by the Georgia Tech Foundation, but the money is basically administered and spent by us, the alumni officers. So this is a way for us to provide scholarship support. Our goal is to have a $250,000 endowment within 5 years, and that can only happen if we get support from our alumni. So what I'm personally doing is I give a donation every month. You can basically give a lump donation, or you can have a monthly deduction from a credit or debit card, just like you do for 100 for 10. But in this case, it's going to go to the Chamber's endowment, and it's ultimately going to be part of the scholarship award money that we give out to our chapters every semester. So please keep that in mind whenever you're thinking about what to donate for the year. Your support is going to matter. So we'll be talking more about this and pushing this in the future, and also coming up with hopefully a creative way between me and Rob Butera discussing it to honor the people who give large amounts to this foundation, rather to the endowment, I'm sorry. So anyway, just want to kind of mention all those things. Again, I want to say to everybody, all these things that we do, the really great things that we do at Alpha Rho Chapter, wouldn't happen without all of you out there who participate, who respond, who, when I ask them to do something, you all jump up and do it. So this isn't something that I alone do. This is something we all do, and couldn't make it happen without you. Your support is always appreciated, and I think we've got a great chapter right now, and I think that with your support, we're going to continue to have a really outstanding chapter for many years to come. So thank you very much.
Well, with that said, just be looking in probably the next 24 hours. Well, you can take a nap.
Yeah, I want to take a nap, and then I'll republish. I'll publish the Alpha Rover. Send out an email once Tim stops making changes. And he said it would take 5 minutes to add an article to it, and I saw him an hour later. So,
It's going to take another 10 pages.
Great creativity takes time. I'm sorry.
no worries. So this is the spring 2023 edition. I'll send it out to everybody's inbox. It has information about the regional conference, as well as if you'd like to attend, how to RSVP. It also includes more specific timing and stuff, but it's very similar to the email I sent out to everybody earlier, and I'll probably start sending out the email again as well. It also includes the pictures from different events that Patrick was talking about at his State of the Chapter address. And you can see what we've been up to, what our philanthropy activities have been, what trips we've taken, what social events we've hosted, and just kind of how we're interacting with other individuals at the school. And then it talks about the IOTA class, recent graduates, some details from nationals about the CEO, new hire. We also created a LinkedIn page. There's information about that in here. It's just look up GT Phi on LinkedIn. And basically, we created that in order to be able to repost the amazing opportunities that our brothers are having over the summer, the fall, spring semesters, and actually postgraduate as well, and where they're working just for our family, friends, for our alumni, and for potential new members as well to see what we're up to. Is there anything else in here? Letter from the president, a list of the executive board members in case you'd like to reach out to anybody regarding anything in particular. The alumni spotlight for Mr. Paul Thompson from the Sidelights January edition, in addition to some news from campus, including the new basketball coach hire, as well as the East Campus Streetscapes project, which will kind of reshape Techwood and 4th Street for us in the way that they're designed and the way that they're purposed. And on the back, it has some information about ordering a polo t-shirt, making a donation to the conference if you'd like, greatly appreciated. As well as how you as alumni can participate by sending us information about what's going on in your life, keeping back in contact even if you can't come to the tailgates and meetings, perhaps across the country. Send us information about yourself, tell us a couple stories, reconnect with your brothers here at Alpha Rho.
One thing that someone, I don't know who's watching, but some of the alumni may not understand when you say Eta class, Beta class, Alpha class,
Yeah.
Did y'all not do that?
No,
We
we
never
did not
did.
do that.
Wait,
It's news to me.
that's all something new that started with the recolonization.
Okay, I can quickly explain that. So, I'll be honest, I had no idea y'all didn't do that. So that's really funny. Basically, if you just go on Google and you type in Greek alphabet, and then
No, the Greek.
We understand that.
okay. I forgot.
I think we all memorized.
Not the order from when you were here, and so basically, each semester from the initial semester that we were colonized here, each class is given a designation: alpha, beta, gamma, delta, zeta, eta, theta, and iota.
Like Greek letters.
Yeah, Greek letters.
Does anyone have a match that he can hold in his hand?
We'll tell you later.
Anyways, so if you're curious about the order, so our current class, the
The
spring,
latest one.
the latest class, the spring 23 class,
Not the one before.
who will be initiating at the end of April is the iota class. And the class that initiated in December, the fall 2022 class, would be the theta class. Work way back up, you get to alpha, and then before alpha, there was the founding father class. They didn't really have a letter designation. I didn't realize y'all didn't do that.
No, it's all something
Keep
new.
in mind, when we were here, we had 30 or 40 uninterrupted years of pledge classes. So the Greek letters would have long since rotated into like zeta,
Well,
zeta.
then you do alpha, beta, alpha, gamma,
So we never did that. We never did that.
I figure I'll be
Well,
dead.
I mean, that's how the reason why we do it. It's the same way that Phi Tau designates your chapter. We're Alpha Rho, and then after us, I mean, it's the next letter, and
We
so
just
on.
never named our we never designated different pledge classes with different names. We just never did.
Yeah, our classes are one cohesive unit per semester. Are you saying that it was kind of more of a rolling basis?
No. We still initiated it in
Just
groups.
like you, it's never
You're saying if you have 2 classes a semester for 40 years, that's a lot of Greek letters.
Yeah, it's a whole
Alpha,
lot of
alpha,
Greek
alpha class.
I don't think anybody's gonna want to be in the beta.
Well,
Just for instance.
No. What you guys are doing is actually a fairly new thing in fraternities, where they actually give these designations to the classes.
I would argue it is not an uncommon thing. I would have this other.
Well, that's not uncommon today,
Now
and now it's very common. But I mean, for us, it was the year you were initiated. Okay, that's what mattered.
Well, I mean, we still do that.
Yeah, sure, of course.
You guys do that, and
I mean, but
we just
we're just trying to give some perspective to the alumni who were wondering what this theta class and zeta class and all this, what that meant.
yeah, like I said, Greek alphabet's like this old alphabet that was used a long time ago, and all of these organizations will use these different characters.
seriously, I'm going to go out there and get a damn kitchen match. And I'm going to
This is on recording, Bill. This is on simulcast here.
Oh,
Okay.
we aren't at the house. We
Get
get
a
A's here.
discount at Home Depot.
Hey, we have like 4 people
Yeah.
watching, guys. So we've got some alumni watching us right
Yeah,
now.
John,
Who's
can
watching
we-
besides Bill?
I can't tell unless they
Let
speak.
the record show that I do not condone Bill's statements earlier about a kitchen knife. I condemn violence.
Facebook. Okay. That's it.
No, John,
Yeah. Bill, do we have any other business?
which ancient civilization was there?
Yeah, that was
the Greeks.
one thing I think would be nice is to hear from our alumni. You can send it to me or to Tim or whoever. What you'd like to see, in addition to what we're doing now, what you'd like to see the graduate council do. Right now, we support the BOG and the House Corporation, which are both in very good shape. But one thing we do really need is, I mean, you look, I'm older than Worm Dirt. Tim is getting there.
That's why you don't know the Greek alphabet.
Well, we hadn't had it when I was in school.
That was his first
When I was in school, we only had alpha and beta. Didn't anything else.
Ours just went around tires.
Yeah. But seriously, we do need more people to become active. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of time at all, especially like graduate council meetings. With the exception of like 2 or 3 of them, they're all Zoom meetings and takes maybe 30 minutes.
The hardest part is showing up.
Yeah.
If you can show up, then you can help.
Yeah, there's-
Simple as that.
I mean, we just want to show the chapter, the active set, we got their back. And also, we'll kick them in the backside if they do something wrong. But that's the BOG's problem. But yeah, we we need more people involved. We need new people on the House Corporation, which is obviously very important because we own the property and the house and all that. So if you have any time to spare, just being there at the meetings.
And you can participate remotely. I want to
Yeah.
emphasize that to
Yeah,
everybody.
all the meetings are online. They're essentially Zoom meetings. Even the ones that are held face to face like this still can be participate online. So that's really all I have. But things are going great here in Atlanta at Georgia Tech. Yeah, with the new AD, new football coach, new basketball coach. Well, the bar can't get any lower, so things should be going back up. Yeah,
All right.
that's it. Who was that? Do you know who's online?
Well, actually, I want to ask anybody who is online, if you want to ask any questions, now your chance. I know Bill Newhouse is online, but there's a couple others. So if anyone there wants to say hi, please say so, and I'll pass it on to everybody here. So just use the chat window in YouTube.
Does anybody online know where the Exit 69 sign went? Still looking for that.
Okay.
What?
It's probably down at FAS.
Bill,
I still think it's at FAS somewhere. I really
Rick Thornton is online.
Okay.
Thornton says, Tim and I were pledge brothers, so I guess I'm pushing Wernberg also. It's great to see a healthy chapter. The newsletters have been fantastic.
Thank you, Rick.
All right. And Bill Newhouse says he has no other questions. So anyway, you're definitely the effort in the Alpha Rovers is definitely appreciated by the alumni. Okay. So I see no other questions. So does anybody else want to add something or say something before we close the meeting out?
No, I think, again, remember homecoming's October 28th. We'd like to see one of the biggest crowds we've had in quite some time. I will be sending out information regarding group seating at the game. Probably won't really ask for money until sometime in June or July, but I'll at least get it set up so that we're ready to go. And of course, you'll be buying the tickets at www.arpkt.org. That's where also you can sign up for the 100 for 10,
And the Chamber Scholarship.
Chamber Scholarship. Also, I believe we post the Alpha Rovers on there as well.
Normally, we just email them out.
Yeah, but don't we put like archive?
No,
the
I
old
can
ones?
certainly put them up there, yes.
Yeah, that would be
We
cool.
can do that.
Yeah, please.
I have them.
And also, this would be fun. If those are listening, anyone here, if you have any stories or any pictures from when you were in school or that, of course, internet's all bets are off, but if you have any pictures and stories you'd like to share, please send them to us so we can show them. That's it.
All right.
Yeah, after legal review.
Okay.
Use
Well,
discretion.
Tim will review the pictures just to make sure they're okay.
A lot of them involve.
Let's see.
Never asked him for permission.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like John Carabanda, perhaps,
Sarah Fonda?
John
said, "Can we do a shout out for Scott who just passed away?"
That's John Kinney.
Or is that John Kenny?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. That's who it is then. All right. So John Kenny. So he just says, do a shout out for Scott. What was his last name? Samantas. Okay. Who just passed away?
He's I believe he was a year before me. Is 2009.
So yeah, unfortunately he passed away recently, but we also had another alumnus we lost recently as well. So just
Robert C. Looney.
yes,
Yeah,
So,
I didn't know him.
Robert C. Looney, who I think he passed away from I think a heart attack, unfortunately. Wow. Yeah, so.
Do we know what day Scott passed Alexander?
I have not been found out the exact date. So we'll try to. Okay, but yes. So anyway, anything else, anybody? Anything else you want to add?
No, we don't need to drag this on forever, but
All right.
But,
Okay. Okay.
I thank everyone for those who are listening. Thank you for attending, but Also, we have our Zoom grad council meetings on
Usually the third
Thursday.
Thursday of the
third
month.
Thursday of every month. They can last anywhere from like a whopping 10 minutes to no more than an hour because we don't have that much to talk about. But yeah, everyone's invited to join in and also provide input to future activities, fundraising, what have you. So thank everyone for attending.
Okay. All right. So I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up. I want to thank everybody who's online for attending. And as always, if you were offended by anything you heard, you were listening to the wrong YouTube broadcast.
Well, another Kansas State just lost to Florida Atlantic, so that's another number 3 seed is out.
Oh, okay. All right. Enjoy the NCAA tournament too, everybody. Take care.
Least likable Cinderella story.